Alright everyone, welcome to a bit of a different video. Today I actually really want to go over something that is a bit different from the rest of my channel, but I'm going to go over my games catalog and my games I've completed like recently, and on top of that games that I have like ready to go, like I've bought them and everything. Those games I want to go over them and see, I want y'all to put down in the comments like, have any of y'all played any of these games or have completed these ones as well, or maybe you should you like recommend me some too, because the list can't get any bigger than it already is. I already own quite a few, so let's go ahead and go through them. So first we're gonna go with games I completed in 2021. The It's a bit like mixed here. I don't remember some of these games. I don't remember if I completed them in 2021. Um, First we're gonna go with Persona 4 Golden. This is a really great game. Just gonna give a bit of review. After all these games, I'm gonna give a bit of review and say if they're good or not, as well as give a few thoughts on it, maybe a mini review or something. So to start off, we have Persona 4 Golden. That's a game I think I completed in 2021. If not 2021, then 2020. Probably my favorite game of all time. That or Persona 5 Royale. Just a really good game, very long, very fleshed out characters. The gameplay is very fun, but the best part about it is obviously the music. As always, the music is the best. It's really good. I love sometimes I just literally just hop on, fight some enemies just to listen to the music and jam out. That's literally what I do. So, can anybody relate? Okay, let's move on to the next game. Next game would be Persona 5 Royale. Persona 5 Royale was also a really good game, very long as well. The first playthrough I had, yes, I have two playthroughs of that game. The second one was like a speed run because I like messed up the ending of the first one, and I didn't do the social links so I can get like the actual Royale ending. So that kind of pissed me off, but it was whatever. I didn't mind replaying the game. It's a fun game and everything. The music as well is up there, is really good. This is a very good game. It's honestly, when it comes to like, if you tell me on any day of the week, like which one's better, Persona 5 or 4, bro, like I'll literally tell you like at any time. Like my answers and everything change. One day it'll be Persona 4 Golden, one day it'll be Persona 5 Royale. So, and no, I have not played Persona 3, 2, or 1 yet. I will. I am on like the very last. I'm like at the ending of Persona 5 Strikers, which is a game I'll be talking about soon. I'm there, but I'm not finished with that game either. I kind of started a bit of Persona Q2, and that's where I am with Persona right now. So 2 games off the list: Persona 5 Royale and Persona 4 Golden. Now another game I completed in 2021 is Cyberpunk 2077. Now this is a controversial game. I know lots of people don't like it because it's buggy and everything, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm not gonna defend like the product they came out with, but overall, I think it's a really good game as well. Like if you have the PC for it and everything, I think it's a really good game, a really fun game. The gameplay is fun, the music is cool, the driving is the driving I would say is probably the weakest part of the game. It kind of feels like very low quality driving. Which kind of sucks. I wish it had more of a better driving, kind of like, not like, yeah, basically like GTA, that type of style of driving, where you can actually like kind of feel the motor and everything and the speed you're going and everything. But on Cyberpunk 2077, it feels like you're just driving plastic or some shit. It's kind of weird, but overall, it's a really good game. I really enjoyed it. I really like the story. I like the different endings. What else can I say? I like the customization, the things you could do, like the upgrades you can have. What else? I also like how you can add mods on PC. You can add mods and like improve the game that way, because you can do like different mods to like make your game better in different ways. And I did that at some point as well. So overall, Cyberpunk 2077, if you have a good PC, it's a good game. If you don't, then you probably shouldn't play it. But yeah, overall, it's a very good game. I understand the hate, but I don't think it deserves like, because I've seen like people like or I seen some news or some shit of like people giving death threats and shit to the devs and shit, and that's just like messed up. Like they do not deserve that at all. Like they probably worked their ass off, but it was probably the publishing company that forced them to release an unfinished product. So overall, even though it is an unfinished product, it's a really good game still, and it'll only get better from here. So maybe down the road, maybe like a few years from now, maybe you'll play it and it'll be good now. So that is the third game I completed in 2021. 2021. Fourth game I completed. Another one I completed was Boneworks. Now this is a VR game, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best VR game of all time. I think it's better than Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners, and it's just overall just a fantastic game. I love the gameplay with the shooting and everything. I like killing like the zombie things, the armored or the shooter enemies as well are fun to fight. It's just really cool, and then the exploration on top of that, and then you have, man, it's just a really good game. No words. I mean, you get to that one part with the where you fight the king too. That part was also really cool. I don't know, the physics are really sick. You can interact with everything. I'd say the weakest part of the game is probably the climbing. I remember sometimes when I was using my controller, for some reason my guy would just let go, which is really annoying. But other than that little pet peeve or that little thing I got, it's overall just a really good game. If you have a VR, Boneworks is like a must play, like on top of everything else, like a must play game for sure. Next we got Catherine Full Body. That's a game from Atlas that I finished. That's another game from Atlas. I really like their Persona series. I really like games that Atlas makes. You know, you Shin Megami Tensei, you got your Personas, and then you got Catherine Full Body, which is also a really good game. I only played through one ending. I don't think I'm going to play through the rest of them just because it's going to feel a little long and repetitive. But yeah, overall really good games. It's a pretty short, but it is fun. And the gameplay is really good. The story is really good. The ending I got was... Oh wait, never mind. I'm not going to say anything because this is spoiler free. But yeah, it's a really good game. I recommend it. If you like Persona and Atlas as a company, then I think you'll really like that game. The next game I finished in 2021 is Cry of Fear. Now this, I'm not gonna lie, this and Outlast are like for me, Outlast, oh wait, and Alien Isolation. Outlast and Alien Isolation are like my top two favorite horror games of all time, for sure. But Cry of Fear is like right there with them. Like any day of the week, I could tell you Cry of Fear is my favorite horror game of all time. Really good game. You got the horror vibes, everything. The music is great. The enemies are great. The amount of gameplay and replayability it has is great. You have a ton of DLC, all that stuff. The story is really good. I really enjoyed the story. I like how it also has different endings. Honestly, and for a free game, like this is really like a rip-off. Like you're low-key like ripping off the maker of the game by not buying it. Like this is really like, if we're being honest, this is like a $20 experience in my opinion, at least at the very least a $20 experience. I wouldn't mind if you charged $20 for it. This is a really good game. Really good game. It's really underrated. It's not really talked about enough, that the fact that it's free and so much effort and you know things went into it. It's just a really good game overall. Probably one of my favorite, probably the best horror game I played. That like other than Outlast and Alien, like this game, it got me a few times, no cap. And I don't scare easy either. I don't scare easy. So that's all the games I completed in 2021. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games I completed in 2021. Now let's move on to 2022, and it's only been 2 months in 2022, but I finished quite a few. First one I completed was Bowser's Fury. You know, I recently got a Nintendo Switch, so that's the first Mario type of game I finished. It was a pretty short game, but it was really good. I actually really liked the like open world and how like Bowser would come in and like out of nowhere you'd have a boss fight with him. That's so cool. It was like super cool. The first time I like seen him, I was like, my eyes and jaw dropped. It was like, wow, I've never seen this before. Like all of a sudden you're like exploring this massive world, and bam, Bowser just comes out of nowhere, huge and fire everywhere and everything. Really cool game. If you have a Switch, I recommend you get 3D World and Bowser's Fury. It's a really good game. Next, on top of Bowser's Fury, is Super Mario 3D World. I did finish that game as well. Now, when it comes to which one's better, I mean, they're both like package deals, so it doesn't really matter which is better, but they're both really good. So there's that. Super Mario 3D World is very, very good as well. I really liked it. I think they should have maybe diversified the worlds a bit, because they got a bit like kind of the same up until the end. The very last like world, I died so much. That's one thing I always loved about Mario, where it's sometimes unforgiving, but that's one thing I dislike is like when you die like 3 times in a level or some shit, they give you like this golden flower, or this like golden feather, I forgot what it's called, but basically then it like basically turns you invincible, except for when you fall into lava or some shit. But it's how do you say, it's kind of like the game holding your hand at that point. I know every time I came across it, I never like picked it up, I never like grabbed it. Only one time, I think, and that's because I was like super like annoyed with this one level. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. That's the one thing I don't like about Mario, is just sometimes they hold your hand and shit. Like, I wish there was a hard mode and a normal mode and, you know, easy mode for all the children. But I would pick the hard mode all the time, because that makes, for me, that makes Mario like really fun. I don't like going through levels and just like completing them in like 2 seconds, you know, and like not losing any lives. Or when I lose lives, it's like, who cares, because I have like 100 of them. So yeah, that's my only little thing with Mario 3D World. It's just that you get a little too easy sometimes, but then again, those like last 2 worlds get really difficult, so that's what I like about that. Next game I completed in 2022 is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Miles Morales is a really good game. I really liked it, but it was pretty short. That's one thing. Like I low-key like don't even remember like half the shit, even though I like finished it like recently. It's a really good game. The web swinging, the powers, the Venom abilities is all really good. The graphics are really nice. But yeah, that's like really all I gotta say. I mean, it's just a really good game. It's a really good Spider-Man game. Really good sequel to the first one. And hopefully we get another Miles Morales game. Hopefully an expanded version, one that's not like really short like this one. But other than that, it was a really good game. Would recommend. Next game I completed in 2022. This one was like 2 days ago. I finished Half-Life 1, the like original. I have Black Mesa and I have the other version, the updated version as well. But I wanted to finish the oldie, because the fact that I like finished Cry of Fear, I was like, you know what, I kind of want to get that Cry of Fear, you know, feeling back with like the controls and the way the character moves, because it's based on like the same engine. So Half-Life 1, I will say, really good story. I really love the intro. I think the intro to the game, like the first like beginning, like I don't know if it's a spoiler, but like basically when the whole attack happens and like you're like freaking out, like what the hell is happening? Like, because I had no clue what this game was about. I had zero clue what Half-Life was about, like absolutely no clue. Even though I've only heard good things about it, I had zero clue what it was about. So when all of that was happening, I was like, wow, holy shit. But my biggest like with this game is like because since it's a first person shooter, I went in with the mentality of, okay, I'm gonna go in on hard difficulty. And although it is like, you know, my fault for picking that, once I get to like the 4-hour mark where this certain type of enemy, I'm not gonna say which because it would kind of ruin the experience if you haven't played the game yet, but when I got to this certain type of enemy that you have to fight, they are literally bullet sponges. Like with the first type of enemies, I understand it because they are that, but when you get like later down the road to those enemies, and it just becomes so bullet spongy. It's like I have to empty out like 10 clips into one enemy to kill them, unless I have the revolver or the crossbow. Other than that, like, the game is really good story-wise. The gameplay is really fun at points, except for when they pitch you with those like 20 enemies at once and they're all super bullet spongy. Then I have to like save the game after every gunfight because I'm like scraping through. Um, but other than that, yeah, really good game. I will play all the rest of the Half-Life games on normal. I'm not gonna make that same mistake of putting them on hard. Now that I know they just basically become bullet sponges. So yeah, that's all my games completed so far in 2022. That was just 4 games. Let's move on to games I have in progress, like games I'm playing right now that I still need to finish. So first one is Mass Effect 1. I still haven't finished the game, but I'm like really close to finishing it. Really good game so far. I can see it being. I understand why a lot of people say it's like really good. It's a really good game so far. I love the entire exploration. I like how you can travel to different like solar systems and planets and shit. The only thing I have, my only gripe with that, with this game though, is that they don't really expand too much on the exploration part. Because when I go to a different planet, other than those 3 main missions or main story missions that you get like at the very beginning, you get these side missions where you go to other planets and shit. But there was this one where like you go to a ship and you know it's like booby trapped and everything. I love that, but there's like sometimes when you go to other planets, all you see is like just a bunch of land with nothing, no buildings, no nothing, no none of that. So you're kind of just driving around and you're like rover with empty space, climbing up rocks and shit. And I really didn't like that. I don't know. It's just kind of boring, you know, just to drive around. I don't know. That's my only gripe with the game is the driving around with the rover. It's very repetitive, and that's if only you're doing the side missions, by the way, which I like doing side missions. And I think the side missions on this game are really good. But yeah, like if you're doing side missions, honestly, I'd stay clear of the missions where you gotta go find shit, because those ones are like kind of like annoying, because you gotta just go around in like a bunch of land that's empty, but it's all rock, so it's so hard to drive up the mountains and everything, and yeah, it's really repetitive and annoying and all that. But other than that, the story is really good. The RPG elements, like talking to the, I really like the first mission, which was in, or I guess it's not first, but the mission I did in, what was it called? It was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a mission where you had to go to this snowy place and you had to like, I don't know, like you had to get a bunch of stuff in order to get to this one place, and you had to talk to a bunch of people, and you got into beef with people and shit. I really liked that part. That was really fun. I like the Citadel. It's all really fun, like just talking and shit. Like I really enjoyed that part of the game. I feel like for a lot of people it would probably get annoying just talking to a bunch of NPCs all the time and shit. But like for me, I find it really enjoyable because most of the time they give you like options that you like plenty of options. Like they give you like 5 choices of what to say. So I really enjoy Mass Effect 1 so far. Really good game. We'll continue to keep playing it, and on top of that, I think you guys should play it too. Alright. Next one, I don't think it really counts, but I'm playing Super Mario Maker 2 Story Mode. What can I say? Just overall, just a fun game. Not really a story, but just doing missions to build up a castle. Really good, really fun game. Super Mario Maker 2, I think if you have the money for it, it's a fucking steal. I mean, it's basically an infinite Mario game. You don't have to ever again get another Mario game, unless you want to play like the 3D ones, like Odyssey. But really good game. I recommend you should get it. Next one is Shin Megami Tensei 5. Really good game. Again, because I'm so... I just want the hardest stuff. Oh no. But when I play games, I put them on hard mode. But Shin Megami Tensei 5 on hard mode is cancer. Holy shit! I'm up to this point in the story where I'm fighting this one boss, and like I do a hit, and it's like a sliver. It's like 0.1 like damage to this boss, and so now what I have to do is like just repeatedly rinse and repeat enemies that I've already fought, like around the world for XP and Maka and shit. And it's like, it's just like that part gets a little annoying. But other than that, and I've done all the side missions and everything too. So it's like all I have to do now is just fight, you know, fucking shitty demons I see just wandering around. So really good game though so far. The gameplay is fun. The demons, I was about to say shadows because Persona, but the demons is fun. The graphics are amazing. The side missions are really good. The main story is really good so far. Would recommend. Alright, Half-Life Opposing Force. That is a game I'm playing at the moment. I'm playing the original. Even though, like I said, I have Black Mesa, I could play the full HD graphical thing. I'm playing Half-Life Opposing Force, and this time I'm playing it on normal. And so far, it's a really good experience. So, hopefully I'll like that a lot more. Half-Life Opposing Force, pretty good. Next one is... these games aren't really in progress, but they're games I kind of like low-key abandoned for a little bit. Like, I haven't played them in a while, even though I'm like kind of like in the middle or in the intro still. Shin Megami Tensei. I'll just go over a few of them. Shin Megami Tensei 3, Shin Megami Tensei 4. Oh yeah, and at the moment I'm also playing Persona 5 Strikers. Like I said, I'm basically at the end of the game, so really good game as well. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, a game that I haven't really played in a while, and Persona Q2 I haven't played in a while. So that is all the games I have in progress. SMT 3 is a really good game. SMT 4 is also a really good game. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is a really good game. Persona Q2 is a really good game. They're all really good games. I just kind of like fell off because maybe I was busy and haven't thought about them and shit. So yeah. Now, I'm gonna move on to games that I have in my catalog that I haven't even started yet. We're gonna go ahead and move on to those games. First, we have obviously the Mass Effect trilogy. I got the Legendary Edition, so I still have to complete Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. So those are 3 games right there. Next is obviously my Half-Life collection. Very long list, so here we go. I have Black Mesa, then after Black Mesa I'm going to play Guard Duty and Operation Black Mesa, which is basically Opposing Force and Blue Shift. Then I'm going to play Half-Life 1, Opposing Force is the one I'm playing right now. Then after that I'm going to play Blue Shift. Then after that I have Half-Life Alyx, which I'm going to play before Half-Life 2 because I think it takes place before Half-Life 2, so I'm going to play that. Then I have, oops, sorry about the Discord notification, that was me. Next I have Half-Life 2 Episode 1. Then after that I have Lost Coast. I think Lost Coast goes before Episode 1, but I'll play that one. And then I have Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Quite a few Half-Life games right there, but yeah. Next we have next collection. I have Mario, which I already completed Mario 3D World, but I have Mario Odyssey and the Smash Bros. Story, which I haven't even started. So those are 2 that I need. Next collection, Final Fantasy on my PS4, Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 10, and Final Fantasy 7. Those are 3 games that I need to complete from my Final Fantasy series or collection. Which, by the way, I do have like other games. I don't only have these games. I do have like plenty of other games, but I probably completed them like years ago. I'm not gonna list those games because, you know, these are just games. These all are games that I got recently, and you know, kind of want to list them out so I know what to play and everything. My next one is Far Cry collection. I only have 2 games on it. I have played Far Cry 4, but that was like when it literally like the 2 years after release, so like 2016 or something. I don't know, but in 2016 I think or something I played that game. I'm not gonna talk anything about it. It's a really good game. But 2 games I need to complete from the Far Cry series are Far Cry 6 and Far Cry 3. I did play a bit of Far Cry 6, like the intro, Really good game so far. I don't understand why people dislike it. So far, it's really good. Next is Shin Megami Tensei series, which obviously I have SMT 5, then I have SMT 3, and then SMT 4. I don't know if there's an SMT 2. There probably is an SMT, just being stupid, but I'll probably play those at some point as well. But those 3 are the ones I have right now. Next is my Persona collection, which is quite a bit. So I still got to complete Persona 5 Strikers, Persona Revelations, which yes I do have, Persona 1, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, Persona 3, Persona 4 Ultimax, Persona Q, and Persona Q2. Those are the Persona collection games that I have that are yet to be completed. Next one is not a collection, but it's a game. It's called Days Gone. That one I played to the intro, to the beginning a bit. Pretty good game so far. Next one is my Resident Evil collection, which I have Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4. At some point I probably will get Resident Evil 3 and play through Resident Evil 1, but right now I only have 2 and 4. Next one is Watch Dogs Legion. So far, pretty good game. I played at the beginning again. When I order my games and everything, I play through the intro all the time, and then I decide later, I'm gonna come back to it or something. I always play through the intro because I want to know what it's about. I'm a very I want to know what shit is about type shit. So yeah. Next one is Doom Eternal. Now this game, I played through the first 3 missions. I forgot to mention it in progress, but Doom Eternal is on there. Then we have Cuphead. I haven't played through that entire game. Heard it's really good, so yeah, but very difficult. We'll see about that. Next is my Dead Rising collection. I have Dead Rising 1, Dead Rising 2, and Dead Rising 2 off the record. So far, I played through Dead Rising 2 a little bit. I think I'm basically at the end of Dead Rising 2. I again forgot to mention that it's in progress, but Dead Rising 2, really good game. Music is fire. The one thing though is that for some reason on PS4, the Dead Rising 2, the game, for some reason the audio only comes out the left ear. Or it doesn't only come, you get audio in both ears, but for some reason the sound is louder on my left, and I know it's not a problem on my behalf because I use 2 different headsets to test this out, and it's the same thing on each. So that's something that's really annoying, so I'm just gonna have to play it with my TV sound now. Next is Yakuza 0. This game I abandoned. It's a good game, but I have not played it since 2 years ago and I got halfway through. But yeah, Yakuza 0 is on there. I will play it at some point. Next one, even though it's crazy, is Outlast Whistleblower. Even though I love Outlast, my favorite horror game of all time, Whistleblower I have not played through at all, so I will play through that for sure at some point. Next is my Batman collection. We got Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. I played a bit of Arkham Asylum. Pretty good game. I played Arkham Knight 5 years ago or something, maybe 6. Really long time ago. Really good game as well. Next one is GTA 4. Now GTA 4 I did play half through really long time ago, and I did watch a playthrough I think a really long time ago as well. I could say I've seen everything there is to see about GTA 4, but I haven't sat down and played through the entire even though I know what happens and everything that happens in the story, I haven't played through the DLCs, which is the Lost and Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony. I haven't played those 2. I haven't really seen the full story of those 2, so those would be genuine first playthroughs. But the whole GTA 4 story I've already seen and everything, but I haven't sat down and played it on my own. Alright, next is my Bioshock collection. I have Bioshock 1 Remastered, Bioshock 2 Remastered, and Bioshock Infinite. I played through Bioshock 1 Remastered halfway through, maybe 75%, 3 years ago or something, or 2 years ago, somewhere around that. I completely abandoned the game. Like I said, when that happens, I think it happens to everybody. Then I just abandoned it out of nowhere. I don't know why. Not because the game is bad or anything, but yeah. Next one's is Little Nightmares horror game. Want to play it? Next one is Star Wars Fallen Order. Now this game I did play like 3 years ago or something, but I never. I don't know. I completely forgot what happened in the game. So I'm gonna play through all of it. I didn't play through all of it, but yeah. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is on there. My next collection is Prototype. You got Prototype 1 and Prototype 2 on the PS4. I played through the intro Prototype 1 and my god, it seems like my type of game. Like, you're just a monster that goes through an open world city and just causes mayhem. Like, it's exactly what a whole game should have been. Which is perfect. Next one is Control, which I abandoned like a couple of years ago as well. So you can see there's a bunch of abandoned games, but Control is also a really good game. Like, I actually recently, like yesterday, re-downloaded it because I really want to play it because it's also a really good game. Recommend it as well. My next is my Tomb Raider collection, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I've played, so looking forward to those games. And my next one is, or my next collection is Uncharted. I have Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3. I already played Uncharted 1 like a really long time ago, so that one's like basically already crossed off the list. But I played Uncharted 2 like halfway a couple years ago as well. Never finished it, so I'm gonna go back to that one, and then obviously Uncharted 3, and then whenever I get my hands on Uncharted 4, I'll also play that. And the very last game on my list is Neo, or Nio, however you say it. That's the game I'm going to be playing. I only saw the box art. I have zero clue what it's about, but yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's all the games I have to play. It's like, what, maybe like 50 or something? It's quite a bit, but this will keep me busy, very busy for a while. So hopefully y'all can recommend me some games. You know, maybe I'm missing a few. Maybe there's some must plays I need. My systems that I have right now are PlayStation, Switch, and PC. Think I have anything else? Nope, I do not. I only have those three. So any recommendations would be great. And yeah, I think that will do it all. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.